What is up, everybody? How are we doing tonight, folks? How is everybody doing? Have fun. Alrighty then. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a few breaks that are getting closer to going here. The PWHL is down to 6. The Series 2 is down to 4. We got a lot of breaks pretty damn close. And hopefully all of you guys and girls are doing well. So who wants to get the Series 2 rolling, guys? Okay.
What's your phone number?
512-056. Okie dokie, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know. I said PWHL is down to 6 left in that one. Again, these are all from the fresh case, so we'll be able to see what we get out of there. All right. So hopefully we can get the ball rolling, ladies and gentlemen. How about this? SB game used is very close to going. I will offer 5 overtime packs as a giveaway if we can get those spots filled in the next 24 minutes. So that'll be my fun deal to get that one going. And you know what? I'll even do it on the other one that's at 5 left. So I will do it on both of the breaks that have 5 left on it. So that'll be my fun offer to get those 2 breaks going. There are 5 left and 5 left. So hopefully we can get one of them, if not both of them, going. You know what, Kevin? It's the response. Hold on, I might sneeze. Give me a second. Excuse me. So, I messaged one of our the guys who bought a case, and they said they had a great time with it overall. But they're building this entire set, so they're happy with it. We've had a few box buyers say they were okay with it, but it wasn't as good as last year's. And then a couple people who hit some pretty good cards, so they're pretty thrilled. The way it generally works is the first one is always going to be kind of like the one that everyone gravitates towards. And the problem is it's also very tough to live up to the hype of the first one because there was so much hype on it, and there's a lot bigger perceived rookies in the first year, obviously because pretty much all the big names are rookies, right? But like, realistically, I think most people are happy with how it breaks down. I think they're just not thrilled with the box price. If that makes a little more sense then. Yeah, the issue is, I think what ended up happening, realistically, once again, is that, like, what people have to realize is dealers in general right now are getting very, very little of a lot of these products. So the issue that we run is that when you only have, you know, like, I talked to a couple dealers just to give you guys, again, more insight on how this stuff works. I talked to a couple dealers who literally only got 6 boxes. So the thing is, if they only have 6 boxes of a hockey product and their store is primarily hockey, and they need to feed themselves essentially for a week, you know, they got to make the best of what they can. I don't know. It's funny how, like, our industry is so weird in that aspect. Like, I'll tell you from my point of view is it's like people treat card stores differently than any other retail store, right? Like, they understand in most retail stores got to make margin on items, but obviously there's no limitations on that, right? Like my dad owns an audio video store. There's no limitations on how many TVs he can buy or audio equipment. If he wants to sell 1,000 of units, he'll sell 1,000 units. Our industry is all based on limitedness. And the truth of the matter is, there's a lot of dealers who get next to nothing on these products. So, and then obviously right now, the way it works in Canada, for those who actually care, is we don't realistically, it's getting better lately on some products, but we don't put an order in. We just basically get told what we get, and that's our number. So, like, our number on this was pretty low comparatively to, like, previous years. Like last year, specifically. So, like, stuff like that all factor in there. Like, if you're a store and you just get told, hey, you're going to get 6 boxes of this, that's your release week. Like, that's all you got for release. But also, Kevin, I will tell you, yes, I don't know for a fact, but by judging how when I open it, it is definitely more printed this year, which, let's be honest, I don't think is a shock to anybody. So, but that is definitely something I've noticed when I've opened. But again, the one thing I think people have to always realize, just because it's more print run does not mean it's worse product, right? Like, there's a lot of products, specifically Panini back in the day. There's a lot of Panini products that were, the size of the production was insanely big. But every box felt pretty good to open. Rush, I can give you, if you have more questions on that, I can give you more answers. Obviously, whatever answers I can appropriately answer, just so you know. But if you have any specific questions, I will give you, as I'm updating some payments, guys, I will give you guys some insight for you specifically, Rush, because obviously if you enjoy, that's great to hear. Before COVID, what ended up happening is the reason why we have always been regarded as one of the biggest and best in Canada from our distributor point of view is most dealers, I wouldn't say it's a mistake, but most dealers only call their distributor for the best stuff. So they only wanted the good, they never wanted the bad. The difference was when we started Group Breaks, you know, we found ways to help move the bad stuff from my distributor. Now, when you help them out, they're going to help you out. So I wasn't scared to take the bad products. Now, for any of you guys, I don't know if any of you in the room were here for this, but if any of you guys remember 12-13 Retro before COVID, of course, not the after COVID when it spiked up, it was arguably one of the worst products that got released. And of course, the first thing I did is I said, hey, to my distributor, like, let me help take some of that off your hands. What can we work on a deal, but I'll take massive quantity. So I put essentially I put my ass on the line, and I will order an absolute ton of that. Now, I get a bit of a deal because I'm ordering tons of it, but I'm also helping my distributor, and I'm taking a big risk on it. So when we do those things, you build a bigger foundation with your distributor. So I was never one of those dealers who was like, I only want the best stuff, don't give me the bad stuff. No, you gotta take the good with the bad if you want to have the ability to get more of the good down the road. So then COVID hit, and before COVID, just to be clear, for the most part, we could pretty much order what I wanted to order. Because I'll tell you even the process, again, as I'm updating more breaks, the way the essential process actually goes is Upper Deck will send our distributor a kind of a pre-order for dealers. Dealers put the orders in. our distributor will send a total order to Upper Deck saying here's, and again these are all random numbers, guys. But let's say the total number in Canada is 2,000 cases. So Upper Deck will take all the orders in Canada, US, to say it's 5,000 cases, and be like, let's build 6,500 cases. So they'll build based on what the pre-orders are, right? And obviously they leave buffer for if they want to build a bit more, a bit less, whatever they want to do. That's their choice, right? So then when the product came in, so I pretty much always would get what I wanted to get because I would order it and I'd be happy with my order. COVID hit, and the problem was every dealer came out of the woodwork and wanted way more product than they never always used to have. And the problem is it got to a point where dealers couldn't help themselves, so they bought way too much of the bad stuff, which then crashes the market. You know, and then everyone always blames Upper Deck for that, but realistically it's the dealers ordering. So then the market crashes, then dealers get mad and they dump it well below cost, they lose money, you know, then they got to regain it somewhere else. So in Canada now it's more controlled, which I know some dealers will get mad at that, but I'll be honest, I actually prefer that because I think it's a healthier state for the hobby. So basically it's now the big dealers will kind of have a hierarchy of where we're at, and then on products we'll basically get told what we get. Now sometimes there might be you know, some buffer where like my distributor might say, hey, do you want to add a little more or take away a little more? If you want to, sure. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy with my numbers. But as I said, it's more controlled now, but I think that's a healthier stat for Canada in general. But I can tell you it is based on loyalty to your distributor, because there are several distributors in Canada. It is based on kind of your ordering history, right? Like again, and I'm just giving you guys hypothetical numbers, but like if I'm ordering 100 cases of SBA, 100 cases of Series 1, 100 cases of Cup, 100 cases of Ultimate, 1 case of EX, like you're not really helping the distributor. As weird as it is to some people, it's not helping the distributor, right? So it's not like I'm taking an absorbent amount of bad product. It's just you got to be understanding that you got to also help them out if you want them to help you out. So long story short on that, basically, Rush is they gave us numbers. They kind of you know, they can kind of control the environment, which I'm not too opposed to. So Lone, here's the thing. I was in obviously the Panini era. I've been in the Topps, be a player in the game, Leaf era. I don't think it really changes much. And the reason I say this is there's positive and negatives to both things. And I'll give you one of my favorite examples, Lone. People always beg for competition, right? What people also forget to realize is when you have competition, it can also work the exact opposite way you hope for. And let me give you an example. I specifically remember when Panini was coming out and pumping out product. Way more than Upper Deck ever did. A Young Guns at the same time at the Expo of McKinnon was selling for $125, a Young Guns. And a Panini Select Rookie Auto of McKinnon, I think they're numbered to $299 or $199, were selling for like $90. And the reason why is because there's like 400 variants of McKinnon autographs already out there by Panini, which essentially kind of tanked his market for autographs in the beginning. So while I do agree with you, there's some benefits to having competition, and I think where it benefits is making more innovative products. But I will tell you, and again, this is not me being a homer or anything, Upper Deck is by far the most caring company for overproducing or underproducing than anyone else I've seen. Like Panini and Topps, for the most part, will basically produce realistically whatever they can, as much as they possibly can. If they see it fit, they'll produce it. Upper Deck, yes, I know with Bedard, but again, everyone wanted Bedard, so the hype was real there. Upper Deck is a lot more cautionate of overproducing because they don't want their brand going down. They want their brand to go up. Whereas Panini, realistically, they did not care. Right? Their goal was to make as humanly much as possible and capitalize on the margins. And that's also why, you know, I loved Panini, just to be completely clear. I loved a lot of things about Panini, but the long-term health of the company would not have been healthy for Panini, or with Panini in it. And may I remind you guys, the year Panini lost out the licensing was 1 or 2 years before McDavid. How many McDavid autographs do you genuinely think would have been in the market if Panini was there? It would have murdered the McDavid autograph market because you would have added literally tens of thousands of additional McDavid autos. Like, don't get me wrong. I will candidly even say, maybe even as an overall, I think I had more joy opening Panini products than I did Upper Deck products. Right? So I actually did, like one of my favorite sets I ever collected was Panini Anthology. I loved the variety of that. It was awesome. You know, Prime, I know obviously they had the multi, they had to stack the rest of the stuff in there. So you can't really use Prime and NT, but those were incredible boxes to open. Like, absolutely incredible. The thing is, the long-term health of the company, I can promise you guys, if they had the market for McDavid autographs, it would have been bad. Well, lone one, you know what? There's obviously two ways to look at it. You know, I think what people also forget, it's funny, is when people talk about Panini, they always remember, like, Prime and NT were so good. Yeah. I don't think people realize they had, like, 15 stinkers every year. Like, does any of you guys remember Luxury Suite, Classic Signatures? Like, those were absolute dogs. Like, terrible. By the way, guys, 128 is filled. I'm just double checking everything on that one. And Frankie, thank you very much for helping out. I do greatly appreciate that today. Like, that's the thing, is Upper Deck for the most part is pretty consistent. Don't get me wrong, Upper Deck has some bad ones too. We won't let them off the hook. But I do think you guys don't realize, from a dealer point of view, we lost more money on Panini than we did Upper Deck, and it wasn't even close. Like, Panini, like, to give you guys perspective, and I'll happily tell you this, guys, before we start this break. Anthology, my cost when it came out, I think was around $80. We were selling it for, I think, $99. So, like, back in the day, you make nothing on boxes, right? I remember I was able to buy it at the National for $35. Now, US, to be fair, so that's what, $45, $50 for $35 a box. And it was within like 4 months of release. Like, there was so much of that stuff in general. And, fun fact for anyone who remembered, Prism also, when it came out, tanked. We lost our shirt on Prism. Anyone who was around on Prism, the pre- or post-COVID people remember Prism as awesomeness. The pre-COVID people remember Prism as an absolute gong show of terribleness. That box sucked. We lost our shirts on Prism. Sadly, we didn't see how it went, 10 years later. But Prism literally got down to $28 a box US. Because we bought a bunch of it at the National. I remember I dealt with one of my favorite stores in the US. And he was begging me to get rid of it because he just did not want it. And I remember working out a deal with him for $28 US. And I think it was only like 10 cases I had to buy, which was, at the time, like, that's not a lot. So, yeah. The problem is people get so skewed on what they see now that they forget what it was before. So give me 1 second, guys. I'll be back with the SP Game Used. just realized all the product was brought in here. Yeah. No, you know, these are good things that you guys kind of, it's fun to talk about these things because a lot of people I think get skewed on what they hear or see or like stuff like that, right? They kind of just get skewed on the actual facts of what it was. Like, I loved Panini, honestly. The one thing before I started this break, the one thing I will give Panini credit for is they had by far the best redemption programs, and it wasn't even close. They were so good with that stuff. That is the only real big thing I miss about Panini is their programs at the Expos were just incredible. And it actually made people want to buy a ton of product. So, that was the one thing I really appreciated as a dealer is they made it worth it to go to the Expo and buy product from a dealer. So, that's one big thing. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it looks like I have a couple spots left in the retail that are pending on e-transfer. I'm going to do this break, hope it comes in. Frankie on the PWHL or the other SB game used, if you want to help out with that, I am going to be doing 5 overtime packs as a giveaway in that. So, if you fill up the SB game used in the next 5 minutes, I will be doing a giveaway on that one. So, but I do appreciate that, Frankie, very much today. Thank you. Here we go, 24,128. We've got the Sixer of Spagool. Now, here's the other thing, guys. If you guys have, honestly, any questions that you kind of wonder, just ask me. That's literally what I'm here for as well, not just breaking. I enjoy giving you guys some actual fun insight of sometimes how the hobby works. Number to 999, a rookie of Shane Wright for Seattle. Shane Wright. Seattle. For the Boston Bruins, a 999, McLaughlin. Now, see, Golden was around for all of those Panini era items, so he'll know what I'm talking about when I say about some of the bad products. And that is nice. A Heritage Classic Net Cord, number to 35, William Nylander. That's a sweet one. William Nylander to 35. That's so cool. Yeah, Panini Prime was one of the best products, but also remember, they were going out of business, so I had to put everything into it. We've got a All-Star Jersey banner. Very confusing to a lot of people. Kaprizov. Supercars, I'm not too sure. To be honest, Anna takes care of all of that, so I know she's been quite busy the last couple days. Oh, classic signatures. I remember opening the first 2 boxes and I was going, oh dear God, this is going to be a long night. Or a short night at the time. Dallas Stars jersey of Miro Heiskanen. Miro Heiskanen. And we've got a Purity Paul Coffey for the Oilers. There we go. Yeah, and I agree with you, Golden. It's funny when I talk to people. People always remember the last 2 products, but they forgot about the other 25 products that they came out with before. It always just blows my mind. Like, there's so many products that came out that were very lukewarm. But they only remembered Prime and NT because that was their last 2, and they killed it on those 2. And rightfully so, because they put everything they had into those. Literally everything they had. Number to 52 for the Red Wings of Berggren. Berggren. Number to 999 for the Maple Leafs of Abruzzese. Abruzzese. Base autograph for the Anaheim Ducks of Ryan Strome. We've got a Fabrics of Zegras for the Ducks. We've got a Perot for Anaheim, rookie jersey. And a Purity number /35 of Kent Johnson. Blue Jackets. Kent Johnson for the Blue Jackets. All right. We've got the 21, 22. $9.99 Duheim for Minnesota. Number /205 Parker Kelly for Ottawa. Ooh, this might be a short print one. Frameworks for the Oilers, Leon Draisaitl. That's a nice one. Some of these are super short prints, by the way. That's kind of funny. Frameworks of Sean Couturier. That makes me think the Draisaitl is definitely short printed now. Because it's very rare to get these ones back to back. We got a base jersey for Calgary of Matthew Tkachuk. And we got a Purity /150 of Daniel Sedin for Vancouver. Well, some solid hits so far. This is what always surprised me sometimes. Sorry, what year product? What were we talking about? Oh, 21-22 SP game use. My apologies. I got blank-minded of what you were asking me. You're talking about the Draisaitl, I'm presuming. So, thank you, Golden. I appreciate that. We got a $9.99 Weatherby for San Jose. Jeff, contenders could have been had for half price as well. Not that I disagree with you. I actually don't mind that product. But that was definitely a discount price too. Number /55 for the Winnipeg Jets of Scheifele. Contenders definitely did not go up in value in the beginning. Or pretty much at all. We've got number /49 inked rookie sweaters of Neighbors for the Blues. Neighbors for the Blues. Banner year of David Pastrnak for Boston. Boston Bruins base jersey of McAvoy. And we got a Purity of Bobby Hull for Chicago. But yeah, Rush, if you got any other fun questions that you kind of want to know, let me know. I enjoy any conversation. Group B, okay, so he is one of the better ones. That's good to know. Number /225 for the Oilers, Stuart Skinner. Looks like the machine got that one, by the way, in the top. That's a nice one. Number /35, Hall of Fame marks, Steve Yzerman. Hall of Fame marks, Steve Yzerman. For the Maple Leafs, number 226 of Matthews. Austin Matthews. We got a rookie auto of Desnoyers for Philly. We've got a base jersey of Sorokin for the Islanders. And we've got a fabrics of Danton Heenan for the Penguins. Oh, that Eisman's probably, that's a cool one. Yeah, I'm trying to think which one, Golden, that we got stuck with the most. I think Luxury Suite was the one that we got killed with the most. Like, that was, like, dead on arrival. Number to 111, Dougie Hamilton. I think the price point is what murdered that one. That's a nice patch, Jesus. Number to 35, Fabrics patch, Roman Josi. Roman Josi, number to 35. We've got, wow, this pack's nice. Number to 30, base parallel for the Devils, Marty Brodeur. Oh, Zenith, yeah, that was garbage. Base auto of Beecher for Boston. Yeah, this is a solid pack. Base jersey of Hagel for Tampa. Do we get an extra card in this one? I feel like we are. And a deep cuts short print to 35 Huberdeau for Calgary. There we go. How many cards we get in that one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it was only 6. Felt like more. Luxury Suite came out at $279. And fun fact, I bought my some of my boxes at closeout on that for $62. So imagine selling a box for $280 and then realizing you can buy it like 3 months later, 4 months, 5 months later, whatever it is, for $60. And the problem what a lot of people also don't realize is, let's say, for the sake of this conversation, I have 10 cases of Luxury Suite and it's a absolute garbage product, and then it gets dropped down to, like, just say $100 cost. That's the problem what people don't realize. I can't just magically sell it for $129 and be like, yeah, it's okay, I'll lose $140 a box. That's okay, I'll run my business. It doesn't work that way. So that is why I've always said, and I've been very honest and open about this, is sometimes when you see dealers with a bit of a higher price, don't always just guess or presume that they're just trying to rip you off. It's very possible a lot of times that a dealer panicked and sold. Like, we get calls all the time from dealers to sell us product. So I do have sometimes the ability to, you know, be lower than others, because some dealers are like, they want to step off the pedal and they want to lose money. They don't care. They just know I'll probably take it all, right? The e-transfer didn't come in, by the way, so we have 2 left in the break right here. So the business officially formed in March 2008. The store opened in September 2011. So that's when officially, but obviously I've been doing this for a long time. But 2008 is officially when I incorporated. And the one thing, for example, that I hope people realize, like, and when people maybe don't look at how hard things are to run a business, like, I'm almost 40 years old, and we still do blogs 6 out of 7 days of the week. Right? Like, it's a necessity to keep the business going. You know, and like, how much stuff, you know, like, it is always funny, because I always remember back in the day when we first started Group Breaks, it blows my mind how people just be like, if you buy a box for $100 and you sell it for $120, you've cleared $20. It's like, no, you haven't. There's fees on the $120 for Visa, MasterCard, or PayPal fees. There's shipping time. Like, even in, for example, when we do a break of SBA, an 8-box break, it's going to take about 30 to 45 minutes to an hour to sort it properly. Then you got packaging materials. Then you got shipping and the organization. Like, a lot of stuff goes into this. Like, it's literally not just like, you know, oh, we cleared $20. Like, it's, PayPal takes a fortune. Rent, you know, that ain't free in life, unfortunately. There are so many factors that go into this. Like, even top loaders nowadays, they ain't cheap, right? Top loaders, any sort of stuff that we have. Well, Golden, see, that's where I always say Group Breaks are phenomenal for that end, right? Like, a product could be an absolute garbage, but in a group break, just say hypothetically it only adds $4, it actually is not a bad product sometimes. There's been many products that I've been like I'll give you a good example, and I'll be completely honest with you guys. EX is not a very good product. But I will tell you, in a group break, it actually does help out, because when we factor it in, we do factor it in at a lower price now, because we have to get moving on it. But I will state, you do get 48 cards that we ship out to people. So at least, for the most part, it does give a lot of people at least 1 or 2 or 3 cards, which is a better feeling for them. And it realistically doesn't add, I think it adds like something like $4 to a break, or $5. Like, it's very minimal. And on the off chance someone does get a nice Bedard, Cooley, Nyes, you know, whatever it is, stuff like that does happen. But it is tough. Like, it's not an easy market to be in, and you got to constantly be go 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 to make it work. You know, and you got to make. And the problem is, you know, if you have 4 or 5 stinker products in a row, that's really bad for your business, because once a product comes out and is bad, people just don't buy it, and then you're just stuck with it, and then you got to find ways to move it. And then the problem is, nowadays, I can tell you guys, the hobby's on a bit of a chill break right now, so a lot of dealers are losing their shirt on products. And I will be the first to tell you guys, whether you guys understand this or not, a lot of dealers are losing a lot of money right now. Like, the products that they're selling well below cost. And they need to get cash flow, which is sad. But that's, sadly, what we have to do sometimes. They overorder on certain things, and they have to reclaim it, so. 24,168. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So again, guys, last name, first letter. I am grabbing from the stack over here. We still have 8 left in that case, so we will see eventually what the case hit may be. There you go. Well, summer always cools down. That's the first thing. Summer's always less traffic, right? People go on holidays way more than anything else. So summer is more of a cool-off period for our industry. But we also rely on, we need good products, right? We need products to be good. I'm thrilled when a product's good, because it makes my life so much better. Best of luck, everyone. Here we go, 24,168 PWHL. 2-box break. And once again, just reminding you for the other one that we have up there. These are all from a fresh case. And in my opinion, the 2 or 3 big case hits, I don't think we've even hit one. I'm just going to throw that out there. I don't even think we've hit one of them. We've got a portrait of Tepani. So last name, first letter, Tepani. We've got a pink Dazzlers of Cava. Dazzlers of Cava. Elevated Talent of Brent. We've got an Elevated Talent numbered of Brent to $2.99. It is sitting in the case. Yeah, I haven't heard of anyone getting it yet. Which is crazy. Young Guns of Osborne. What's crazy though is, like, I also wouldn't be surprised if people just don't say if they opened it, right? Outburst Silver of Sir Danchny. Sir Dachny or Sir Dachny? I guess Sir Dachny. Sir Dachny, maybe? Sir Dachny. We've got a Dazzlers of Emily Clark. Oh, there's still a lot of people sitting on cases, yeah. 100%. Young Guns of Curl Salim. So Curl Salim. We've got a Dazzlers of Stacy. Wouldn't that be funny, Raz? It's in a dollar store repack. That would be hilarious if someone literally got that in a dollar store. Elevated Talent of Desbien. We've got a Deluxe of Hillary Knight to $2.50. Hillary Knight. And a Young Guns of Gosling. Young Guns Gosling. All right. Well, nice box again. Don't think we got the case hit by any means. We've got a portrait of Bourbonnais. Dazzlers of Maltese. The 101 rookie of... Oh, man, that's going to bug me now. Thanks for screwing me on that one. Elevated Talent of Chuli. What? It was a goalie, right? It was a goalie. I feel like it was an Islanders goalie. My head goes to Islanders goalie. Young Guns Deluxe of Curl Salim. Was it Koskinen? Was it Mikko Koskinen? Curl Salim to $2.50. We got a Young Guns of Gardner. Gardner. That was a fun chase, though, Jeff. I will give you that. That was exciting. Outburst Silver Young Guns. Bilka. If I remember, I think we opened an out of 3. So we got one of the lowest ones that we could have got. Dazzlers of Hillary Knight. Hillary Knight. A Young Guns to go with your Outburst of Bilka. We've got a Dazzlers of Venesova. Elevated Talent of Fost. Number to 250 of Frankel. The high gloss, yeah. I'll tell you the story of that one after. That's kind of cool. And a Young Guns of Bard. There we go. So, funny story. We had a kid, 16 I think it was, 17, open up a box. One box he bought. He literally came back in, I think called first. I think, yeah, he did call first. And then we told him to come in so we can take a picture of him and obviously high-five the guy and, you know, throw a little mini party for the dude. So he came in, and of course, he came in with his parents. He started asking me how much it's worth and stuff like this. And originally, they were like talking to me, and they're going like, you know, do you think you can get a couple grand for this? Right? And I was like, oh, dude, like, no. I have people who I know that would give you way more than $1,000. You know? And he's like, well, do you mind helping me sell it? And he's like, what do you think you can get for him? Like, honestly, I was like, I don't remember honestly what I sold it for. But I was like, dude, I know I can do very well for you. And I was like, let me handle this. I'll take care of it for you, and you'll, you know, I was like, I just need a baseline price of what you want to sell it for. And of course, his baseline price was like nothing. It's like $2.5, $3,000, which is hilarious. But I'm like, that's way too cheap. So, if I remember, I think we sold for about $30,000 to $35,000 for him. And he literally, you could tell when he came in the next time, him and his family, very close to almost in tears because it basically paid for his entire college. Like, I think he didn't really know what to do with himself. So, now here's the other kicker. I am still a very big believer that Bedard is going to be amazing. I am not someone who thinks that he's a bust. I think you put the right people around him, that kid is very special. I just don't think he's had anywhere near any help. Also, Eric, I canceled your transfer on the Chancer because I just didn't get it in, so I do apologize. We have 2 left in the Chancer now. That's it, guys. And that one can go. High Gloss Bedard Young Gun. So we have 2 left in that, 1 left in the Series 2 Team Random. So who wants to take those, the last spot in the Team Random and the last 2 in the Chancer? Well, that's what I was saying. Like, you have to look at who a player plays with, right? A player can only be so good with the players around them. Like, let's be honest. Like, you have to have helpers. Like, I'm not even oblivious, for example, to the fact that Matthews scores a lot of goals because Marner passed to him. If you put, I don't even know, if you put Holmberg and Lawton as his wingers for, I just picked 2 names, guys. Yeah, he's probably not going to get a lot of goals or passes because they're just not the same caliber. But I do think he is going to be an absolute beast. He just needs a bit of help around him. He had 137 points in his first year. Are you talking about like the first? I don't really know what you're saying there, to be honest. So 147 is good to go. Let's get that one going. And also, someone did mention, and I do agree with them, I don't think we got anything big in the last PWHL that would warrant a case hit. Oh, Gretzky. Well, that's a different era of scoring, but yeah. Don't disagree with you, but completely different era. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of comparing eras because you just never know, and you can never have a decisive answer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so spin wheel time. This is gonna be fun. But that is crazy though, how many points he had as a rookie. My God. Here we go, 24,147. This spin wheel, make sure I'm turned around. I am. Here's everyone's names. Best of luck, all 75 entrants. You can see right there. Whoever lands this gets a spot in the big monster. So tightly together on the names. It looks like Packers fan 686. Congrats. Well, that's not bad winning a what was it, $1,800 spot? Like, holy jeez. So congrats on that one, sir. Okay, dokie. One spot down. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys would like to get, and I'm just going through spots right now, just to make sure I'm updating myself here. Chancellor, we are running, just so you know, exceptionally low on black packs, which we've... Peace. Give me 1 second. But if you want to finish off 73, so 24.73, I'll toss you 2 black packs as a thank you. Again, we are running exceptionally low on that, just so you know and everyone else knows. So if but I know you've been helping today, so I'm going to keep trying to feed you some cool stuff the best I can. 156 though is ready to rock and roll. So let me get that one going at least. And there are no pendings. We had 1 transfer in that one that I nixed out, so we're good on that now. All right, so 156. $24,156 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Bloop, bloop. 1, 2, 3. Bloop. All right. Move some of these boxes out of the way. There's so many boxes in here. All the deals I've been doing. Where's the other box? Does someone take it? 2021 Series 2. You got the 2 big boys, Stutzel and Kaprizov. Let me get him. Yeah, let's get him one of those for sure. Come on. Here we go. 24,156. We got the 2 boxer of retail 2021 Series 2. Let's get a nice Stutzel or Kaprizov for sure. That is the game plan. Get a nice one for him. Young Guns for the Washington Capitals of Philip Mallet. Canvas for Vegas of Theodore. Marquee rookies for Florida of Prisky. Base. Young Guns for San Jose of Leonard. Also, just a quick FYI for anyone listening, I will be launching SBA breaks after tonight. Portraits for Dallas of Ottinger. Soderstrom for the Coyotes. Just so you guys know. Award winners for the Oilers, Dre Seidel. Young Guns Canvas, Kivaranta for Dallas. That's a nice canvas of Young Guns. Never bad to get one of those. Young Guns for Montreal of Romanov. Young Guns for the Blue Jackets of Kivlinix. Marquee Rookies for Vegas of Coughlin. Marquee Rookies for the Coyotes of Burke. Dazzlers for Philadelphia of Konechny. Portraits for Vancouver of DiPietro. Paul Mary canvas for the Devils. Marquee Rookies for Philadelphia of Ustimenko. Dazzlers for the Blue Jackets, Seth Jones. Young Guns checklist, Stutzel and Cousins. Ottawa Buffalo, so that'll be a random. Portraits Rookies of McNiven for Montreal. Marquee Rookies for Washington of Connor McMichael. Dougie Hamilton, canvas for Carolina. Brome Young Guns for the Red Wings. Liljegren for the Maple Leafs. Dazzlers green. Marquee Rookies for Chicago. Kurashev. Marquee Rookies of Harley for Dallas. And Portraits Rookies of Kivaranta for Dallas. Holy moly, Dallas. You just getting everything in there. Yeah, I cannot wait for SBA, to be honest. I think it's going to be a really good rip. Peace. Young Guns for San Jose of Kelman. I don't disagree with you, Rush. Marquee Rookies of Ottinger for Dallas. Portraits Rookies for Calgary of Zagadulin. Lebes. Award winners for the Avalanche. Makar. Young Guns for Washington of Pinho. And Dazzlers for Nashville of Ingram. Canvas of Bennington for the Blues. Portraits Rookies of Hagel for Chicago. Young Guns Stutzel. Bam, bam, bam. I recommend getting that puppy graded, by the way. Congrats. Marquee Rookie Blue of Kravtsov for the Rangers. Mr. Chancer has that one. That's awesome. Marquee rookies for the Oilers of Stuart Skinner. Canvas for the Avalanche of Mikko Rantanen. Yeah, definitely should get that one graded. Marquee rookies of Joseph Woll for the Maple Leafs. Young Guns, even that's not too bad. Stuart Skinner. A slight breeze and it'll fall over. That's funny. Portraits of Carlson for Chicago. And a Dazzlers of Kurashev for Chicago. We got a Marquee Rookies for Dallas of Kiviranta. And a Dazzlers for Boston of Tuukka Rask. Marquee Rookies for Vegas of Duke. Portraits for Florida of Prisky. Young Guns for Calgary of Yellison. And Pekka Rinne for Nashville Canvas. There she goes. I think I have the one random. So give me 1 second. I got the left and the right. Three times, a 1 and a 2 and a 3. The left Stutzel. It's a double Stutzel. 1 of 2, yeah. Anytime you can get that for that price point, that is phenomenal. Well, congrats, Sir Frankie. I'm glad I was able to get you one of them at least. That makes me quite happy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of being quite happy, let's see if we can get some other fun ones going. The SB Game Used is sitting there. The, what else we got? The PWHL. We only have 4 more breaks left in that case, guys. And I am still very confident that we have not got the case hit. I may be wrong, but I am confident. So who wants to get the SB Game Used going? If anyone wants to take 1 or 2 spots, I am very sure it'll get everything moving nicely. So who is next? So does anybody want to get the SB game used going? I don't know how that one is sitting there. We have one. It's Eric again. Come on, Eric. Normally you're quicker on this. I'll have to... Eric, if you want to do the checkout again, that would be greatly appreciated for the credentials. I know you have quite a few spots in different breaks today. But I do need you to get your payments in maybe today by a different method because your e-transfers are not coming in fast. And it might not be your, obviously, presumably it's not your issue. So. But let's get the SB game used going, guys. I want to see if we can get that one. Or the PWHL. I genuinely believe that the next one's going to have the case hit. That's my gut feeling, guys. I'm telling you right now, the next one will have it. I'm making that call right now. But I'm also going to make the call of getting some water. So I'll be right back. Bring that one in. Credential. Credentials. He's extra healthy. No many freaking cases of Coke now. Water is good for me. I gotta have water. Agua. Agua's good. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, does anyone want to finish off credentials? I had to cancel the one transfer. But that's all we got. We only got a few left. It is a triple up, by the way. So you will get 3 teams for that price. So if anyone wants to finish that off, that would be phenomenal. The Artifacts has had a few spots taken, by the way. That's always a fun one. I'm actually a little surprised that the 15-box Ice Break and the 5-box Allure is not just flying. $25 for a 5-box Allure break. That is so cool. So let me know. There's a lot of good deals. The Credentials is down to 3. Artifacts down to 8. The SP Game Used down to 5. I definitely think we can get a few more going. So let me know. Again, happy to get another 1 or 2 or 3 going. Credentials look like it's at 2 left. Two spots to go. Who is next to get it going? So there we go. That one spot officially came in and is paid for, so thank you. So only 2. Only 2. We are so close. 1 remaining. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. Down to 1. is going to finish that one off officially. So there it goes. So once again, let's see if we can get the PWHL going, or the artifacts, or the SP game used. All three of those I'd love to see get going. How about this? Guys, if we get the PWHL and we get what we deem the best card so far that we've opened, I will give away 5 overtime packs in that break. So there you go. It's a double bonus for you guys. So if we get what I deem as the best card out of the case, which, again, would essentially be one of the case hits, you guys will get 5 overtime packs as a thank you. 24,158 3 times. 1, 2, and a big 3. 1, 2, and a big 3. Okie dokie, artichokes. Let's go. Here we go, 24,158. We got the 3 boxes of credentials. And I'm hoping we can do the PWHL or the artifacts or the SP game used. Any of those 3, I would be super pumped for. We've got a Who's Best of Hedman for Tampa, and numbered to 799 for the Islanders, debut ticket of Durandu. Highly anticipated for Philadelphia, Forster. Speed of the game, Fantilli for the Jackets. Who's next? Bedard for Chicago. And for Chicago, $9.99 of Kaiser. We've got a Who's Next of Anderson for Ottawa. And a $3.99 Levi for Buffalo. Levi. Debut. We got a highly anticipated of Ty Cartier for Seattle. And an acetate debut ticket auto to 99 for the Devils, Nemec. Nemec for the Devils. We've got a highly anticipated of Sfolzo for the Jackets and a debut ticket of Pavel for the Avs. Pavel. We got a Who's Best of Shesterkin for the Rangers and a speed of the game of Fraser Minton for the Maple Leafs. Highly anticipated of Faber for Minnesota. And a $2.49 Ottinger for Dallas. And, of course, one off his jersey number. Ottinger. We've got a highly anticipated for the Devils of Luke Hughes. And a 349 Askarov for Nashville. Debut ticket. Askarov. We got a Who's Best, a Fleury for Minnesota. Speed of the game, Cooley for the Coyotes. Highly anticipated of Minton for the Maple Leafs. And a 249 of McCowan for the Blue Jackets. So the Askarov might be 249 if I may have misspoke on that one. My apologies. Who's Best for Nashville of Yossi. And a Rad Pads of Demko. Rad Pads. Those are not easy to hit for Vancouver. Who's next for Minnesota of Gustafsson? We got a Rusick for Buffalo debut. And we've got a red number to 349, Shelovs for Vancouver. Shelovs, extra hit pack. Highly anticipated for the Islanders of Durandu. Speed of the game, Matthews for the Maple Leafs. Who's Best of Crosby for the Penguins. And a 249 for Calgary, Nazem Kadri. Highly anticipated of Ginning for Philly. And a 799 Condotta for Montreal. All right, next one is going to be the big one. Well, I guess a 99 Nemec auto is pretty big. We got a Who's Best for Dallas of Ottinger. And a 5/99 for the Blue Jackets of Svozil. Highly anticipated of Bolduc for the Islanders. And we got a debut horizontal of Dewar for Calgary. Who's Best of Jack Hughes for the Devils. And a Jack Hughes Speed of the Game for the Devils. Highly anticipated of Finiseyev for the Preds. And number to 349 for Vegas of Eichel. Highly anticipated for the Sharks of Gushin. Speed of the Game of Beck for Montreal. Who's Best of Makar for the Avs. And a Kessel Ring rookie debut ticket to $9.99 for the Coyotes. Highly anticipated of Benson for Buffalo. Highly anticipated autograph of Finiseyev for the Preds. Finiseyev. We've got a Who's Next for Dallas of Wyatt Johnston. And a 799 rookie, Brock Faber. Well, not bad. The Nemec was, in my opinion, the best hit for sure. Which is a pretty healthy hit. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Which break do we want to get going next? SB Game Used, Artifacts, Do you guys think you can clean up the SB game used by chance? Or the Allure? Or the Premier? Let me know if anyone wants to get a few of those spots going. SB Game U specifically. It looks like the Artifacts might be down to 4 left. So let me know. Artifacts just had 4 taken, so that one easily can go as well, guys. Only 4. So anybody want to take that one out? Let me know. So only 4 to go in that one, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to finish it off, that'd be great. If not, then we'll leave it till tomorrow. Obviously, I think we would all prefer it goes today. So I will give you guys about 2 to 5 minutes to get it going. So if anybody does want to get the artifacts going, I'm happy to do it. But it just needs to be filled in the next about 2 to 5 minutes. rush. I've always said, if you guys genuinely have any questions, please always just ask. I feel like it helps the hobby when people understand. I was hoping we were going to get the artifacts going. That was the close one. But let me know. If not, we will have a fun day tomorrow. And it looks like they may be getting taken, ladies and gentlemen. So that is absolutely great news. So I think we're good to go. All right, we are good to go. See, it pays to stay sometimes. All right, best of luck. 24,165. 1, 2, and a big 3. One, 2, and a big 3. Let me go grab those. Did we bring those ones in? No. All right. Okie dokie, everybody. And again, if anyone does want to take the SB Game U spots or PWHL, happy to do it. But I wish you guys all the best of luck in this one. Here we go, 24,165 Artifacts 2 Boxer. Let's see what we can crush out of this. We got a $4.99 Olofsson for Buffalo. Buffalo Sabres. We've got a $4.99 Malkin for the Penguins. We have an Autofax of Yandel for the Panthers. Keith Yandel. We got a $5.99 Ovechkin for Washington. We've got a dual jersey to 249 for the Penguins of Letang. We've got another dual jersey to 249 of Binnington for the Blues. Binnington. We've got number to 50, Patrick Kane for Chicago. And we got the retro rookie to 999, Alexander Holtz for the Devils. Holtz for the Devils. We've got a $4.99 for LA, Drew Doughty. $4.99 for the Rangers, Mike Richter. Of Ryan O'Reilly for the Blues. Ryan O'Reilly. We got a $9.99 for Anaheim, Drysdale. Remnants jersey of David Pasternak for Boston. We have, oh, sick. All I see is that. Well, now I think I see the number. Well, I think I know who it is. We've got numbered 2 of 2 Brad Marchand. A black patch tag Marchand. Well, congratulations whoever got that one. Wow. That's a nice one. We've got number 285, Verhaeghe for Florida. And number to 999 for Minnesota of Beckman. There we go. Well, someone just got an absolute phenomenal card. So very much congrats to whoever had Boston. So let me know if there's anything else you guys want to get going. And if not, then we'll probably call that an evening. And just a reminder, SPA breaks will be going up. And there are some ridiculously good team values there. So I do recommend you guys take advantage of it when you see it. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to the website. The new breaks are going to be going up very shortly. I greatly appreciate the fun evening. And Frankie, thank you once again as always. I really do appreciate your help tonight. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a beautiful rest of the evening. And we will see you guys tomorrow for another great night of breaks. Have a good one, everyone.